All right, we're on our way, guys. A quick pit stop. That was easy. I think I'm gonna wrap up that clutch. Just make sure it's good. See? I don't know if you guys are picking it up, but that lets this pivot freely. Oh, let me spin this backwards. It's better like that. Pivot's easier. And that's it, guys. Easy peasy. Let's go home. Only thing I noticed is I have to make wide turns when I'm using the trailer. It's not necessarily top heavy, but because the other bike makes it so stiff, I have noticed that I need to go slower around turns or take them very wide. This is the first time I ever towed with this motor. I think. Pretty sure. Yeah, when it comes to turns, I just take it slow because I've tipped over with it before. And everything holds together, nothing bends, but I just don't want to take that chance. I think my rear tire is low. Feels like I'm drifting. It could just be the weight of the bike behind me when it hits the bump, because I'm kind of bouncing in the air because it stiffens my bike up also. When I got this, when I hit a lot of bumps, that's when I really noticed it. So I could be like bouncing over the bump, and then that hits it because of my speed, and it makes it, pulls it in a certain direction, so it makes it feel like I'm, yeah, I think that's what it is. It makes it feel like I'm fishtailing kind of. Yeah, I wouldn't recommend this for someone that doesn't weigh at least 200 plus. I mean, honestly, I don't recommend anyone to do this, but if you are going to do it, I think you need to weigh at least 200 pounds, if not 230, 240. Now, don't get me wrong, I would do this no matter how much I weighed, because I'm that type of an idiot, but I definitely think you need a little bit more butt in your pants so that you don't lose control of the bike. Because remember, you're trying to keep your bike straight while it's pulling a trailer and pulling an extra 50 pounds of bicycle rolling on the ground. So, don't get me wrong. Like when you're carrying, it's only when you have the bike, not when you're pulling the trailer. Don't get me wrong. Pulling a trailer, Heather can pull the trailer with a lot of weight in it all day long, as long as she can come to a stop and hold it like that. The trailer balances the weight. When you got that bike hanging off the back of the trailer, that's when it gets a little bit weird. There, it is a nice little hill, just a tiny one, but pulling me, the bike, and the trailer. So that's good. Been slacking. I need to go back into this wheel and just take it apart, grease it up, really give it a once over. And I mean, it's proved that it's good as far as, you know, the JB Weld and stuff. It has no wiggles. I took it off to change a flat tire, but you know, I didn't notice any wiggles then. I don't feel any wiggles, but just to re-grease it and to go through it. I know my axle's bent, but that's just because of the amount of weight I pull and I tow with this and how fast I hit the bumps and how much I weigh. But I mean, that's a good testament. The axle's bending, but the JB Weld's holding, so, you know, that's really good. But I did take as many precautions as possible to make the JB Weld have something really strong to hold on to, not just a bare piece of metal with my little tiger stripe. All right, I'm assuming my camera is dying very soon, or will die any second, so, or it could already be dead, and I could be talking to nobody. I really don't know. You can't see the camera light with this helmet on, not unless you stop and pull the helmet up, and I'm not stopping, and definitely not trying to do it while I'm riding, pulling this. Wow, this thing's still working. The light's still on. Ooh, yeah, there we go, and we're loose. See if I can get this started so you guys can hear what I mean. Oh, hello, no brakes. I'll loosen them up. Yeah, it's a little low, or a lot low for me to be on it, to be honest. Still got fuel. What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel as always. Thank you for tuning in. So today on Johnny's Motorized, what we're gonna do, we have the Pepsi bike. This is the one with the 4mm spacer on it that I built. It's got a crazy rattle in the bottom end. I think it might be the clutch. I haven't broken into it at all. Heather was riding it. Of course she was riding it when it broke.
Of course it broke.
And it just started having a real bad rattle. It kind of sounds like the bottom end, but when you let the clutch out and get on the gas, it kind of goes away and stiffens up. But when you just sit there with the clutch in and it idling and stuff, it gets real loud. So we're gonna see what that is, because there is no loss of power, and I feel like if it was the top end or even the bottom end, there would be some kind of a loss of power, and there isn't. I feel like it is struggling at times, but not from power. It's more like it's fighting extra, if that makes sense. So we're gonna take this off anyway. I need to make this into a little test mule for myself, because I wanna put my YD100 on here so that I can see if everything I did to it is good. I don't wanna put it on my daily and have to take it off, put it back on, all this stuff while I'm going through all the testing. I really want to have a little bit of a test mule for now, and once I get that bike 100% situated, and it's good, I'll then switch that to my daily, my blue bike with the mag rims, and I'll take the 80cc that's on there right now that I'm using for the porting series, and I'm gonna put that on here, and it's broken in already. We will then get some times of quarter-mile times, or not really quarter-mile, I don't know, maybe quarter-mile, I don't know. However long it takes to do like a lap around the block, basically, where there's no stop signs, so we could just do quick laps. I'll probably do it. I wanted to do it on this bike so Heather can do it, because she's more realistic to the weight of a real person than, you know, if I'm doing it, because I'm so much heavier and I'm like 2 people. I'll probably do it with me too, so you can get, you know, both ends of the spectrum, but it's more realistic if she's doing it, because the most people are going to weigh just you know, 20-30 pounds more than her, the average person. So I just think it's better that way. But basically I'm just taking this off, putting the YD100 on, and we'll see how it goes from there. Big issue I'm going to have is the CDI. I hardwired it in, so that kind of stinks, but we'll work around that. Okay guys, I started putting the other motor on. I'm also going to do my best to not over tighten this for a change. I'm notorious for over tightening these bolts, because I feel like they're not tight unless it's all flat, and I end up bending the bolts just over tightening. See them slightly bent. See, I wasn't even torquing on them, and I can see them slightly bending. It seems good. I think we're square. Good. I think we're good. Boy, I really hope this works. I think one of the big issues when I put this on last time, outside of the cylinder
the piston hitting the top of the jug. I think the issue was the carburetor, because I was starting to already have trouble tuning it with the very minimal I rode it. Where I had it, it should have been decent, and it wasn't. And I'm using the same carburetor on the ACC I'm using for the porting, and I'm having troubles with tuning that one as well. So definitely having trouble with that carburetor. So we'll see what happens with that. But this carburetor is oldie. It's one of my very first carburetors. I think it's Heather's. But it's a good carburetor. Now yesterday when I put this together, I ended up taking it back apart so I could tighten the main spring in the clutch just a wee bit. So I'm hoping it's good. Look, I did it again, guys. I literally do it every single time. I attach this without putting a clutch on. I literally do it every single time. No, that's not bad. It should be fine. That should be just fine. Okay, guys, I found butt ends for, you know, that have the double thingy bob, and my stator has it. The coil has it, so you know the ends that go in here. So I'm putting these on the CDI that's on this bike, and I can just take the kill switch and wrap it around the coils plug and then plug it into the CDI. Everything's plugged, kill switch and all, so we'll be good to go. Oh, I'm stupid. I should have put some heat shrink around that instead of the tape. Oh well. Hey Rob, yeah. Did you ever find your truck? Huh? Your truck?
Yeah, no.
Dang it, man.
No. I was just thinking of it as I was walking back.
You're walking around looking for it, right?
Yeah.
Gotta find that. I figured the cops would have found it by now.
Yeah, me too. I know.
We're about to do fire up. I just want to tighten these front brakes in case it does start up and run amazing, which we all know is not going to happen. But, you know, I can always dream. I'm turning around so you guys can listen for anything that might be going on. Let's hope for the best, you guys. But it did start up and sounded half decent, and considering the amount of work I did to this thing, that's a win right there. That definitely clarifies for me too though. That other carburetor definitely has an issue, because this sounded much different. And of course, you know, the head's not hitting, the piston's not hitting the top of the cylinder, so that's a bonus right there. It is what it is. Small wins at a time, you know what I mean now? Oh, look at that, the luck of the Irish from Irish again. Oh, heavens to Betsy. Yeah, this is literally on the fattest setting. So that would explain why it seems so very fat. Oh, this is the one with the stupid needle that goes all over. Look at this. Look at how it does, guys. See the way it is there? I have it on the second to the top, but see, it just moves. Let's see how that does.
Then
sandwich, guys. Okay, I'm not gonna be able to ride this now anyway, so 'tis what it is. We did pretty good though, but everything else seems good, and when it does feel like it's about to be good, it's got great little pickup, but then it just, the needle messes up and it dies out again, so, alright. I just started the bike up. This is the one, my old YD, but we gotta get the motor.
just did a bunch of work to the motor, and we got to try to get it tuned up, but the needle on this carburetor is not the best. So I got to get it up to operating temperature, obviously. But yeah, see here, I got it in that spot, but I think the needle screws up. See how it could be bad? If the needle goes fat, I'll show you when we get back. The needle's all screwy. What in the world is clicking down there? I hear something clicking like in the muffler. This is an old muffler I put on here. Moved down, went down to where it's supposed to be, so it all of a sudden got a little bit better. We got to switch that, put it on the leanest setting. All right, wish me luck. Good luck, Johnnie. Oh yeah. Put it on that leaner's position, way better. Oh yeah, she's got more get up and go in the middle like I was looking, but not what I wanted on the very bottom end. Honestly, on the very get, I wanted more, but the transfers were so low and the exhaust was so high. The blowdown was tremendous, and to get it where I wanted it was going to be virtually impossible, but I definitely got it closer to where, once I saw the measurements, I got it much closer to the goal I was going for. You know, I set new goals, and that vibration. This isn't the muffler I had on there. Whoa. What the heck was that? I don't know what the hell that was. That wasn't good, whatever it was. I don't know what that was, but something just jerked me forward. Holy crap. But it was still running. It was like the engine stopped and froze and kept running. Something ain't happy. I don't know if that's in the... Well, she's peppy though. Something don't sound right. See, honestly, I could still have to go up a notch on the squish because I only put that one gasket on trying to get it close, but it could be, once it gets heated, it could be rattling. Something is not happy inside the motor. That's not the exhaust. I think it might be the, hold on, I'll just get a jerk on me again like last time. It could be the squish. What's up, brother? Yeah, it might just be the squish. She's got the power though I want. Yeah, I think I gotta put that other gasket in. rattle in the top. It didn't make that noise until it heated up. Alright, shut her down. Okay guys, this is the first time since I put it on. I popped it right after the video you just seen, and you could see there is definitely something that was chattering around up top, but it's not hitting in the middle. It's really only hitting on the two edges, which makes me think the squish just isn't any good, and that's where the rattling's coming from. Hopefully you guys can see that. I'm not sure if I'm pointing it at it good. So I don't know. We're gonna take a look at it completely. The ring is there. The pin for both is there. Both rings are there. So there's nothing broken. Let's check the circlips. And they should be good. I put all that time and effort. Yeah. Circlips on this side is good. Yeah, circlip on that side's good. I'm not 100% sure what is actually causing that. So we got to finish getting this off. Check it out. I mean, the way it's hitting, it looks like something's rattling around up there. But it's on both edges. All right, let me swing the motor over. See this little piece of metal? There was a piece I just took out that was about twice that size, maybe 3 times that size. So still very small. But I just found it in the head, and it's all like binged up. I don't know, guys. This is baffling me. The rings are both there. The circlips are both there. Everything is there. There's no excessive play. I don't know. I'm gonna pop the engine off. The actual cylinder itself looks okay. What is that? Oh, I just found something. Look at this. This is definitely a piece of metal. This was just stuck against the transfer wall. I wasn't going very fast. I have it on video when it froze up on me one time. How far I had on there. But there's no scoring on the walls themselves. I'm gonna take this motor off, take it inside, and I guess we're gonna go through it again because I don't know. I'm lost here. Real quick, we're in my room, my workshop. In front of me, I have a bunch going on. Man alive, do I have a bunch going on. I got the parts in for that. We can fix it and get it out of here. Cannot wait for that. This is my YD100 that was running good, but had issues that I just wanted to try to rectify, and I jumped down a rabbit hole that I probably should never have even looked at, and developed new issues. However, the issue I was fixing seems to be fixed. So you see on top here, the very little bit of like pitting, both sides. Somewhere there's a piece of metal that keeps falling off out of here and getting into the top of the cylinder. So it didn't score the sides. The cylinder is still good. So I have to go back into this motor and check it out. So I'm just putting this cylinder back on just temporarily. I have other stuff on my bench that I am way more interested in rectifying, because at the present moment I don't really need the motor to work. I find myself when I push myself to just get something done, I either let stuff go through the hole, so to speak, and mess it up in that aspect. So I am just gonna put it together. Okay, good. So that's attached, and we're pretty much happy with that for now. We set that over there out the way for now. Next, this is the new cylinder for the new dial read that's under the table at the moment, which will be getting played with, I don't know, today, tomorrow, this weekend, 100%. Wish I had better lighting, guys. I'm sorry, but I do not have the world's best YouTube channel by any means. Okay, this is the one I put my spacer on. I put the spacer on the bottom, about 4mm. I don't have a good caliper. It's about 4mm spacer. I cut the top of the cylinder off to get the squish back. Boom. Didn't have a degree wheel when I did all this. I did this all by eyeballs and approximations. So now that I have a degree wheel, come here.
come here. Also homemade. I want to put it on here and see what kind of timings and stuff I'm getting now. This is a 38mm stroke that I put a G4 on. So I'm gonna hook up the degree wheel and we're gonna get the actual port timings on it and figure all that out. I would also like to find out what that crazy rattle grinding noise is. There's something not happy. So once I get the port timings, then I'm gonna go around and find out what that is, because that's a problem. That's why I took it off. And if it's something simple to fix, as in like the next couple hours, I will fix it and put it back on the test mule so Heather has a bike to get around and stuff on. So